Hey everybody, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I have December daily day 11 and 12 to share with you. So on the 11th, my kids and I were outside enjoying some recess, and all of a sudden it started hailing. Literally hailing, buckets and buckets of hail. And my son was actually on the trampoline, and we could just tell how much hail it was. It was a lot. It actually looked like it was just pouring buckets of snow, but obviously it wasn't. It was hail. So I decided to go ahead and document that, and I used the unexpected story kit as kind of my starting point because I really thought that story kit fit, and I also wanted to use up some supplies from that story kit. So I die cut the words unexpected 2 times, I believe, and then winter is 3 times, and I use glitter cardstock, and then I'm going to lay those over this large photo of a leaf pile that has hail on top of it. And I actually let my kids jump on the trampoline in the hail, and it was probably, what do they call it, like a core memory from that movie Inside Out. And it was utter joy for them to be able to jump in all that hail, and they were just laughing hysterically. And you'll see some of the photos when I get to the spread. So I was just kind of thinking about how I'm going to write storm. I thought about using the actual glittery letters that I have, but they didn't match the glitter color that I already used. So I decided to stamp out storm, and I'm going to do it in a brown ink, and then I'll do kind of the same thing I did for day 10 where I fussy cut it out almost like it's a die cut instead of just a shape. So I fussy cut STOR, and then M I kind of do separate because I wanted to have a little bit more room to cut. I think that was my thinking. And so once I get that all cut out, I can put it down towards the bottom because I wanted to make sure that having 2 words up top and then the 3rd word for the title were kind of letting you focus in on that pile of leaves and hail. I'm going to set that aside and go to the full page spread. I found these cards in my unexpected story kit that say this and that, and so I used the digital version to clip in a photo of my son and all the hail at his feet because I thought it was just incredible. And then that photo of him is just like pure joy, and my daughter toppling over as she's trying to slip and slide, and my son is actually giving me a pile of the hail, and I just snap a real quick photo because I'm getting drenched too, and my phone is too, but I just wanted to capture this really cool moment and really cool experience because we don't get hail in California that often. And I also usually document the weather in my December daily in some way, shape, or form. And this is kind of a design where I looked back at it and I was like, man, why did I not do the clusters, the plot twist cluster diagonal to the 11 and heart? Why didn't I do that diagonal from each other? I don't know why. I could have just stacked the photo of my kids and then the this and that journaling card like right on top of each other, but I decided not to. And once I stuck down this kind of, fabric heart, you can't move it. So I'm stuck with this design whether I like it or not. But I think I just wanted to scoot that photo over to the left to give it a little bit more emphasis, but I don't know. Sometimes you get what you want when you do December daily, and sometimes you don't, and that's okay. So I have a really great cluster with the 11 and also down in the bottom right with the plot twist. Now journaling on this and that card was really hard, at least with the pen. The pen was not working, but I already kind of told you guys the story about how my kids just were so elated to be jumping and slipping and sliding, and it was just hilarious. Hilarious to be in this hailstorm. And I told my kids, go for it. We can just change your clothes when we get inside, and I will put the hair dryer on your hair, and it's totally fine because it's like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. I used some of the circle pieces from the black numbers almost like enamel dots, like chipboard enamel dots. And then I also remember that I just got my Wander story kit, and it has some great neutral, I don't know what they're called, sunburst. So I'm going to use those as enamel dots as well. I also use one of the brown ones as kind of the dot above my eye, because that worked much better than trying to glue on several of the really tiny circles for the eye. I'm going to glue this unexpected winter storm to the front, or yeah, to the back of the 11 to make it the front. And then I kind of put it away, and then as I'm looking at it, I realized that, you know what, I want to add something more. Like the white space is just too much for me, and I wanted to kind of add something more to emphasize that this is like about the weather. So I get out the stamp inks and this stamp set, and I stamp some snowflakes and also a cluster of stars. And then I also do like one, I don't know, it's like, it looks like a splat to me, but it's in the really beautiful sage color, and I really liked that. So I'm just clustering in a bunch of these different stamps to add a little bit more movement and color, and so that way there's not so much white space. And like I said earlier, it emphasizes the whole weather theme. So now that I have that page done, I can set that one aside, and I'm also going to show you guys how I put together 12, because 12 was a really simple page overall to put together. I took these transparency frames from last year's December daily and shrunk them down so that way they would fit on the bottom of this full-blown photo. And then I made like clipping mask for my photos. So I just made a box or a shape in Photoshop Elements and then clipped in my photos. We made time on a Monday evening to go see a couple houses, and one of our favorite houses is this one right here, and we loved it. So I knew that I was going to make a big photo of that and use some of the photos that I took in the car with the kids, my husband and I, and then also another house that we saw. So I used the transparencies for that, and I'm just going to kind of tilt them. And as you can see, the way that I clipped in the photos, there's some piece of the photo that is showing the shape that I made underneath, meaning that the photo does not fit completely in that shape. And it actually works out as I'm putting together this transparency. So it all works out in the end, and I really love how this design came together with the different little photos. So like I said, I have a photo of my husband and I watching because he was driving and we wound up parking on the driver's side. So I was encroaching on his personal space. Good thing he was okay with that. I also got a photo of these lights on these trees, but my husband calls them jalapeno trees. So that's all I can think of them as, because when you look at them, they really do look like jalapeno pepper trees. And then a photo of the kids in the back seat with their popcorn and blanket. And then the bottom little row of photos just has 2, and it's 2 other photos of the lights. I added in a die cut that says Fa La La and a gold puffy star and also a 12 from this year's collection and a few word phrases, and that is it. So a really simple page for 12, and I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing both of these come together. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. All right, hope you have a great day. Bye.